Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the Shineability Show. If you haven't been here before, my name is Robin Carberry. I am a business and personal development coach, and I come here live Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to talk all things business, life, offer tips, help you out a little bit, get to know you better, hope you get to know me better. And just give you some information that you can use every single day in your life and your business. So what am I here to talk about today? Well, first of all, what is Shineability? If you haven't been here before, you probably don't know what that is. Shineability is the melding of the things that you love with the things that you are good at to help you create a future that you are excited about. So let's get to it. Today, we are talking about how to build a portfolio if you are doing something new for you. If you're starting a business, or maybe you're shifting your business to a different direction, if you don't have examples of your work to point people to, it can feel challenging to get those clients signed, right? Because they want to see other things that you've done, examples of things that you've done for other people. So how do you do that when you don't have the direct experience or anything already in your portfolio that you can use? A couple of things that you can do to make this happen for yourself. The first thing I want you to do is reach out to the people in your network. So you don't get to this point in life without having an extensive network of people. There's a pretty darn good chance that somebody in that network either needs the thing that you are going to do, or they know somebody who needs the thing that you are going to do. So this accomplishes a couple of things, right? It gets you started in thinking about networking about your new business, right? Or about the new thing that you're doing for your business. It gets you in that mindset. It can also lead to paying work for that new thing, which would be pretty amazing. It can lead to testimonials as well, and as well as the example for your portfolio. So start with your existing network. The other thing to consider about your existing network is you may think that this is a brand spanking new thing that you're doing, but there may be, likely are, taking advantage of skills that you already have. So say you're deciding that you want to shift into copywriting, for instance, right? So you may actually have done a fair amount of writing in your past previous jobs, careers, businesses, what have you, that somebody that you could already pull that information out and somebody would actually say, hey, well, I'd love to hire you for that, or I can do a testimonial for you to that effect, to the fact that you're a good writer. So I know I'm sort of crossing testimonials and portfolios here, but they do serve the same purpose. It's social proof. It's proof that you can do what it is that you say you're going to do. All right, so that's the first thing, your network. The second thing you can do is you can offer to do the work for free for a nonprofit. Now I'm being very specific here, for a nonprofit. I don't want you just running around offering to do work for free for just anybody, for a couple of reasons, right? So that devalues your services, both in your mind and in the mind of the person that you're approaching. And I don't want you to focus on, I'm new at this, I have no experience at this. I want you to be really strategic about how you collect these opportunities to create something. So offering to do something for free for a nonprofit is a good way to do that because you are actually benefiting the nonprofit. It's a way of making a donation to that nonprofit, right? So that's another way you can go about it. Something else you can do is create the thing for your own business, right? So maybe you'll write an email sequence for your own business. There's something that you can use as part of your portfolio. You build a website or a blog or what have you for your own business. You can add that to your portfolio. It's not the best example to just have that thing only, because often clients want to see work that you've done for other clients, but it is something, it's legit, it's out there, it's real, right? So, and you need that stuff for your own business anyway. So why not use that in multiple ways, right? Use it as an example of work that you can do, the work that you've accomplished, as well as the immediate goal of why you created it, right? Let's see. Next thing is concept or mock-up work. So what you can do is to show your diversity and what you can do is create a concept client, or some sort of, if you want to demonstrate a specific way of, say, designing a website that is really not your brand aesthetic. So you want to show your flexibility, you want to show that you can do different types of things, create an imaginary client and build a mock-up site for that client. It doesn't have to be big or complicated or overloaded. You can just, pop a couple of pages in and boom, there you go. It's just for portfolio purposes, right? So that's another thing you can do. Something else, if you're a writer, you can look at doing guest blog posts. So, or articles, I was going to say, but there's a caveat with that. So if you are just getting into writing, you're not necessarily going to be able to jump out and say, get a Forbes article or contribute to Entrepreneur or anything like that, unless you already have some writing experience behind you that you can bring to bear, or you have an audience behind you that you can bring to bear. If you're really just getting started, you want to look around for people who have blogs that speak to your audience, but don't speak to your audience in a competitive sort of way. So you don't want to approach a copywriter who does sales pages, who specializes in conversion copy, and say, hey, can I write a conversion copywriting blog for your blog? Can I do guest blog posts? Because that would be directly competitive. But you might offer that sort of thing to somebody who has a blog for virtual assistants. Say, hey, could I, come and do a guest blog post on copywriting for your VAs? They probably, teach them some XYZs about copywriting. So that's something you can do. Another thing you can do is look for stuff that's already out there and see how you can improve it. So especially like in a local market or a local business market, I keep going back to the examples of a web designer or a copywriter because they're pretty easy for me to quickly give you examples of. But if you go into your local business market and look at the websites that are out there, there's a pretty good chance that you can find some things that need some improvement. So you can approach that business owner and say, hey, introduce yourself. Hey, nice to meet you. Networking, blah, 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 blah. This is what I do. I was checking out your website. I have some suggestions for things that could help you find more clients, get better conversions, whatever it is, make sure that, it's bottom line driven. Not that it's not pretty. You want to make sure that they understand that there's a real value to implementing the things that you suggest, or hiring you to implement the things that you suggest. Or you could do a mock-up as well. Use the mock-up in your portfolio. Do a mock-up of the changes that you suggest and show it to them and see what they say. So again, this is about like possibly getting hired, but also having that work to add to your portfolio. Something else you can do if you're a business owner and you're shifting, say you're a virtual assistant and you want to move more into web design. Yes, again, I'm using that example. You may be working with a client currently that has some needs as far as web design goes. So stick your hand up in the air and say, hey, would you be interested in considering me for doing this type of work? You're already in the door. You have that know, like, trust factor established. So don't be shy about offering those services to your current clients. They'll probably be pretty excited because they already know you. One of the biggest challenges, as you probably know, as a business owner online is hiring help that it shows up consistently. So that's another way you could get work to add to your portfolio. Let's see, I'm just checking my notes here to see if there's anything else that I missed. Oh, you could also run a sale. So, and you got to be careful here again, because you don't want to devalue your services, but you could say, for a limited period of time, I'm offering the first 5 people who sign up, the first 3 people who sign up, the first 2 people who sign up, 50% off an email sequence, or 50% off a sales copy, or something along those lines, right? And just float it out there to the people in your network. Again, the idea is twofold here. You want to get the work, but you also want the work to add to your portfolio so you can show it to other potential clients. So again, don't undervalue or devalue your work. That is something big that I really want you to take away from this. I don't want you running around out there offering your services for free all over the place to help build your portfolio. You don't have to do that. There are ways that you can do this and make money at the same time, or help a nonprofit like I talked about. So that's the first thing. Back to my notes again. The other thing is set deadlines for yourself, especially if you're doing work for your business. The idea is to build your portfolio, right? So you don't want to take 6-10 months to work on your own website as a portfolio example. You want to get it out there as quickly as possible. It's very easy for us to ignore the work for our own business. If you set a deadline and stick to it, then you get the results. You get the portfolio website, and you get a website for yourself, for your business. That's done. Yay, that's the point. You also want to experiment with different styles. Like I said, you could come up with a concept website or something like that you can build for your portfolio, but you also want to stay true to who you are, what your style is. You're not going to work for every single person that's out there. So don't try and have all the diversity in the world in terms of the examples that you put out there. You want to show that you can do different things, but they have to be things that are in sync with your brand, your aesthetic, your writing style. So that's it for today. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments and let me know. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.